Jim and Moran, and thanks very much for joining us for the second in a four-part series on ISO 31000 risk management. This section is called Principles. You can reach me at jim@simplifyiso.com, or over here at our website, you'll see a contact button. As I mentioned in the previous video, ISO 31000 has a nice, neat package made up of 3 chunks. You can see them here in this diagram. On the top, you'll see the principles. Bottom left, you'll see the framework. And down here on the right, you'll see the process. Next video, we'll talk about the framework, and in the final video, we'll be going through the process. You'll notice that the principles are based on value creation and protection. Naturally, you want to find areas where things could go wrong and create opportunities at the same time by strengthening your management system. So when we start around the outside of the wheel, we'll begin with integrated. The word integrated you'll see in all of these 3 basics, and it means that we don't want risk management to be something extra people have to do after they've done the rest of their work. We want risk management and the related activities to be part of people's everyday work. You might think of it as creating a risk-aware culture. In the next piece of the pie, you'll see the word structured and comprehensive. So this means that we're not just walking around the organization with a clipboard, marking down things that look scary. And it also means we're not just sticking to one part of the organization. So when we use the word comprehensive, we're talking about covering all the bases, not just simply the sales cycle. Going around the ring to the next principle, you'll see the word customized. Make sure that you take the time to customize the risk activities specific to your organization. It won't be as valuable with any other method, and it won't be as comprehensive, or it wouldn't be integrated with a cookie cutter approach that's not customized. The next thing you'll see on the ring ties in with comprehensive. It's inclusive. The people who perform the work to meet customer requirements are the ones who know best where the risks are. So make sure you include all the people who have their hands on the work, as well as people who guide the work and do the planning for the work. This way, you'll get a broader look at risk and end up with a much better risk management program. You'll also find more opportunities to improve your system even while you're building your risk approach. Next thing on the ring is dynamic. The saddest thing in the world would be to develop a risk management program, maybe a risk table, a risk registry, whatever you'd want to call it, put it on the shelf and wait for the registrar to show up and see if you did a good job. Risks change constantly. When a customer asks for a change to their order, all kinds of things can impact risk. You may have to change the design. The new design might require a change in purchasing. The change in purchasing, if it's a differently shaped product or a different service you're delivering with different data, for example, that might actually cause a change in the process, 8.5.6. If you change the process, if it's a physical product, that might actually change the packaging. It might change the way of measurement, product or service. So when a change occurs, your risk management approach needs to be dynamic so it can change with the way the workflow is changing. The next thing you'll see on the circle is best available information, so that you'll never have 100% of the information you need in order to make a decision about how well you're managing risk. So we sometimes have to make decisions, we have to make plans, we have to implement actions without 100% of the information that we'd love to have. The next thing you'll see in the circle is human and cultural factors. So we have to make sure that the risk management activities suit the people who are trying to do the work and keep risks managed. and give the people in our organization the tools they need and the approach they need that suits them personally. Then we can start to build it into the culture of the organization. So we need to look at culture in a well-rounded way. First of all, take into account the culture of the people who work with us. And secondly, see if you can move towards a risk-based thinking culture. Not easy to do, but definitely worth the effort. The last thing you'll see on the circle here is the continual improvement principle. And of course, continual improvement is the way to ensure your organization's resilience.